Hello there and welcome back. Today we talk about the Mod Duo X and the way it ties my entire setup together. I am actually very excited because I'm using a new plugin that they just sent me, and it's a mastering plugin that really helps during a live performance to bring out your sound. We'll see that in a second, and I will also go through my setup. There's more video that I did about what I use for my live performances, so you can just go check them out. I would like to remind you a few ways you can support me, and you can subscribe to this page. You can become a Patreon, where I will go a little deeper and we will create some pedalboard from scratch using the Mod Duo. And you can buy from the affiliate link down below. Alright, that said, let's first talk about the setup we have in front. So this is my live one. It started just with an Octatrack and the Vermona. So the Octatrack is my sequencer, is my brain, and I was using mostly the internal effects. And was enough, of course, because it sounds great, and it paired with the Vermona, with the 4 different synth voices of the Vermona. It's a very powerful combo. But after a while, I started needing some more tools, especially for the live use. And first, I needed one controller, just because if I have to reach the internal effect control here, mostly the reverb and the delay, it's very hard, because maybe I'm on the Midi page doing something with the notes, and then I have to go out, go on the track, select the effect I want to change, and then I can change my things here. So with the Chic N32, now I mapped everything, and there's some video on my YouTube where you can see how I mapped it. And now wherever page I have, I don't have to watch the screen, the little screen here, but I know that this knob and this knob will work on my delay on channel 1 and blah, blah, blah. So it's a very important and easy way to get the most out of your Octatrack, a MIDI controller. The second thing that I started needing was a small keyboard, and here they are my faithful Kate Macmillan the name is keyboard, that allows me to add notes on the tracks, because before what I would do, I would go on Midi and I would press the note, and then I will have to be in the source page and move the note here. Very complicated. Instead, with this one, it's easier, because I just press a button and press the note, and that will happen. Or I can also play live. So why I'm telling you this, and we are actually talking of the Mod Duo, because before the mod of having the Mod Duo, to interface these two things into the Octatrack was pretty complicated. First, these are USB controller, so I needed an USB to MIDI converter, a merger, and then send it in the in of the Octatrack. That said, I was looking for some more easy solution, and I found out eventually the Mod Duo X. The Mod Duo X is many things, but the first things that blew my mind is that this can be a USB hub. It has a USB port in the back, so I'm connecting these two tools right here, and this guy mirror all the signal to my Octatrack. Plus, this has a lot of power as an effect processor, so now it is a mastering tool, because my signal goes from the Octatrack inside here. Plus, I'll set up some more chain of effects to have fun while I'm playing, to add some more delay, some more transition kind of effects, and we will go through that. The Mod Duo, it comes in 2 form factors. This is the Mod Duo X, is the most powerful, most advanced and bigger one. It has many controllers that you can actually map. I could probably map these that I have on the Chic right on these, because it has different pages, and each pages you can map to whatever you want. But I kind of like to have this. I already did it, and I'll keep it, and I love it. I love chic stuff. And of course, I like to use these knobs for the internal effects, so I have the two things separated. The Mod Duo, how it works, you cannot build a pedal board or an effects right into the box by now. I don't know if they will ever have that possibility. I heard there might be a chance, but you need to connect it to a computer, or I think it goes via USB, and I think through Wi-Fi too you can set up. So you can make it work with an iPad or an iPhone, for example, if you are traveling and you don't want to bring your computer. But using the computer is really easy. It allows you to have a very clear view of what's happening, and literally building a pedal board, it's similar to a real life building something. So it can be annoying to need some external device to set up your thing, so it's not a tool that you do only sitting in front of it. At the same time, the ease of use, it's so convenient that you sit down, you prepare what you need, and then you can store it inside here and you're done. Also, mapping thing is super easy. I'll show you, and I never find something that straightforward in any other kind of product like this. So first let's see the GUI that it connects. You just put on your browser, so it connects through a browser, and when you log in, it logs the pedal board it's loaded on your Mod Duo. In this case, it's my Octatrack mastering, and here it is the full pedal board. Let me explain what happened here. What you see here in pink is the audio signal, and this is the two in, 1 and 2. This here are the out, still 1 and 2, and between there I bridge many other things. These blue one are the Midi channels. So for example, this is the serial Midi in that right now it's actually coming from the Octatrack and going inside here to get the some the BPM, sorry, but also the in comes from the other two things, the Kate Macmillan and the, as you can see here, the hardware keyboard Midi one and the Chic. So whenever you plug USB compliant stuff, you don't need to do any installation, but you go here in Midi ports, and you can use as an aggregate, so it will put all together as Midi in, or separate mode. If you use that, then you will have all your Midi tools separated. So from now, I just grab here the cable and just mirror in Midi out. So if you do that for both, what happens is like the Midi will go through the Mod Duo and then into the Octatrack, because the Midi out of the Mod Duo goes in the Midi in of the Octatrack. So that's to cover the the initial part of how this works as a Midi hub. The other amazing thing is like I'm using the one USB port going inside my USB splitter, and it goes through into these two, and the Mod Duo actually power these guys. So I don't have any more to bring many cables or AC plugs. It's just connected through that and it works. And I think this is really, really incredible. That said, that is the least fun but very, very useful thing that I know that a lot of musicians or people that play live would enjoy and love. That said, let's see what I did as effect going on. So first, let's go to the new thing that it's not yet released, but it helps me to keep the audio to a perfect level. So let's turn off everything that's going on. And let's go to this new device that I think it's pretty mind-blowing. Let's open the info. So it's come from Remaster Media Pro, that they do plugin and they have a service of mastering. It's a solution where like you don't have a lot of you know, tweaking to do, but it basically works with algorithm, make your music sound good. So while a lot of you might want to have more control on your mastering chain or whatever, when you play live, I think it's pretty great to have a plugin that you put in the end of your chain and then you forget it, and you have some simple control that you will have here to just make your signal strong enough and punchy enough. So let's hear. Let's hear, this was the previous signal without the RM Pro. Of course it's way lower, and I like to send the signal inside the Mod Duo kind of low when they start being yellow or orange. It's too much, so I like to feed it with a kind of low gain so I can work on the mastering tool later on. You can turn on, and now I turn it on, you can turn on from the computer UI here, just clicking here. But I mapped the on and off on my tool here. So this full page, and you can change page like this. This full page is my mastering tool page. Let me show you how you map things. So in each device you had on your chain, you have this button here, the setting button. When you click it, it shows you all the parameter you can change. For example, here's the on-off. You click on this button here, and here open all the possibilities, all the mapping possibility of the Mod Duo X. You will have 6 pages. Right now I'm using just 2. And I mapped the on-off on the button 1, this guy. So it's easy like that. You can select any button and then you press save. And now this is mapped. Super easy, super easy. And you can map any control of any single unit here. So it's pretty powerful. Then I mapped all the other things, the bass, treble, drive, and ceiling. Ceiling basically is your threshold, and you can put in -1, depends where you are. And so I like this is without, this is with, and I like how the drive sound. Now, of course, this boosts a lot your signal, but that is what basically you would do in a mastering session. You would have your signal, say -6, -10, whatever you like, and then with a limiter you push it until you hit the ceiling. Oh, somebody angry outside. So the great thing is, like, now it goes inside my mixer and I know that the level is only touch -1, so I will not destroy any speaker, I will not distort, and it's great. So they come with a different profile that I think is different algorithm. And I like this rich, warm, crystal clarity. Each one sounds differently. I like this master shine a lot. I had the bass. So this is nice. And hear how it sounds when I start adding effects. It also comes with a stereo widener that add, I think, a micro delay between the left and right, so it gives you this idea of widening. That this could be interesting for effects. But anyway, we'll keep it on just because it's nice. Let's see with some. Okay, let's start with something very simple, because now we will go through the rest of the chain. So I must map it on this page, the yellow page, and let me show you what's happened here. So I wanted something that granted me during a live performance to have many tools to change the sound, and mostly I'm using reverb delay. So I also have the reverb and delay in the Octatrack, and I wanted though more, because these are very higher quality than the Octatrack, and I want to have a way like using a send. So basically I'm using a mixer, and let me show you. So the in, that is my Octatrack out, goes in 4 different chain, I would say. One is straightforward and it goes directly, and I just plugged it in like this into channel 1 of this mixer. And let's hear. Basically I also make, you can solo, so this I remove all the effects. So this is the clean. This is the clean sound from the Vermona, and it's in channel 1 that I mapped here as a solo. So if I want the clean sound, I press this, and also I map the volume. Again, to map it, to show it again, for example, volume 1, I push, and then I mapped to potentiometer knob 1, that is this guy. Press that, save, and now it's there. Okay, so this is my clean sound. The other works as a send, because let's go on track number 2. So let's mute everything else. These are the mute of track 1, track 3. This is the delay, a sort of dub delay that I just create, and it's used this volley delay. I mapped few of, so the volume and then the feedback, and I added a gain here to push the volume mapped on this. So I did another trick that it's interesting. When you map your knobs, when you go here and I map it on page 2, this, you can do advanced, and usually the range goes -20 to +20. That would be the full range of the potentiometer. You can make that less, so right now it is -10 to 15. And what it does, it basically goes, as you see here, if I put on the maximum, it goes here. So 3/4 of its power. That's good, because so I'm sure it's not gonna distort too much. So that's another powerful thing. So you can decide how much each of the potentiometer works. And I like it, the idea to have the way to play with my dub delay. Let's bring back the original sounds. Here we are. Nice. And of course all of these effects are full blend 100%, so basically it's just the wet sound. So this is my first effect send. The second effect send is simply this reverb here. So the signal goes back again, and let's hear it. I didn't map anything on this one, I just keep it as is. I just make a setting that I enjoy, and that's it. I only map the volume on the mixer. So as you can see, I can do a mixing of what I'm here. So as you can hear now, I have a nice sound, and I can still add the Octatrack one. Plus, of course, now having all connected, I can play. And change things. And this is how I build my set. I just start with something and then build on top using effects. And it's nice because now I can use the room reverb on the Octatrack that I like and having a more plate kind of reverb in the Mod Duo. So this is about it, but I decided to add another channel to create a transition and have a more weird kind of sound. So this is controlled by these two knobs here, and how it works, I again feed my signal into this channel here, onto this chain here, and I have this crossfade. Basically this you feel feed it with the regular sound that we were playing now, and this other weird one, and it's like a cross A-B, like DJ fader. And as you can hear, now we are hearing only the weird sound, and this is the regular feed. So what I did in this feed, I had the flanger and I had a tal reverb. I didn't show you actually how you get all of the reverb. Tal, so Mod Duo is an open platform, so people can build their own effects and bring it into the plugin store, where you have 323 different effects by now. Not only effect, you have control volta, delayed, synths that you can use, voices, then reverb, a lot of stuff for guitar, because I feel this was dedicated to guitar player, metal guitar player, I have this feeling. And there's so amp simulator, cab simulator, and most of them are free, plus there's stuff that you can purchase, and it's a welcome thing, because the more people will start selling plugin or bring plugin into this platform, the more this platform will become awesome. Think about having all of the plugin you have on your Ableton, for example, in a box. So let's hope that a lot of people will migrate and start producing stuff for this guy. Let's go back to the builder here. So I select this stuff, and then I had a filter, and this filter is pretty nice. So basically, let's feed. Now we are hearing only this chain, and this is a high pass and low pass. So it's nice to create interesting transition, and then you had and you can do interesting transition. That's about it. Like, this is my full live chain. I want to show you in a second how to just drag in an effect and make it work, which is bloody simple. But before of that, let's just do a quick jam from scratch, and to show really what is my procedure when I work with the setup. So I'm gonna clear up the full pattern. Sorry, here we are. Now it's clean. I have mapped this on the different MIDI track. Yep. So what I always do is just like I start placing few knob triggers. Sorry guys, today I cannot talk. And here we are. From now I will start building things. So right now I'm having the effects from this guy, and there's the delay and reverb that I can, and then I can dial in some of the octa track. Here we are. So I start like that, and then I go track 2, and I can decide different approach here. I can start playing. Sometimes I like to just start recording and play. And I can play with the signal here. Now I'm introducing the weird channel. Let's say now I want to introduce a kick. Let's keep adding on top of it. And anyway, that's what I like to do, and I keep building and then start removing things and go on and on. There's a video about that, check it out. But this is how it works. Just to give you a quick rundown on how it works to create stuff, that I will go more in depth on the Patreon. Let's firstly, whenever you do your pedalboard, you can save it. So if I save now, it will save the status of it. So even with the setting that it is, I don't have to save it because I already saved it. So let's do a new one. So you go here, new pedalboard. We lost everything. Oh no. So here we are. This is the basic thing we start. The signal 1 and 2 go inside this gain control. You can keep it at the beginning, it might be useful, and then it goes in your out. So let's say you want to add a delay. Let's clean everything here. Now of course I cannot control because this is not mapped yet. So I have to actually go in my sound here and remove everything if I want. Here we are, this is the clean sound. So let's go and check a delay. And whatever delay, I just got this one, that is a tape delay. So what you do is start patching it. So now of course we break the chain, and now from here let's add also a reverb. So we have the classic thing. We can, let's use this one. So from here you go here. Sorry. I need my mouse. And then from here in the out. And now the sounds will come back. So for example, now let's just work with this guy. You have all of your, this is a nice tape delay. You can select how the machine works. Right now, I have the sync mode internal, but if you put Midi, it will listen to whatever is connected to Midi. So now I'm 100 BPM, so it goes 100 BPM. Thank you. So this can be synced to that. And then from here we go in the reverb. And here we are. Let's say you want to map thing. Let's map the dry and wet. So where is it? Dry. So let's map it, and I want to map to, say, potentiometer 1, safe, and the wet to potentiometer 2, guys, 2, safe. And now, here we are. Simple as that. Of course, since with this start here, you can limit the range as we did before. And yeah, that's about it. That's how easy you can do. You have a lot of, this comes with a lot of pedalboard. It's fun to try. Someone is like complete synth voices, so it's pretty interesting. But I always like to build my own stuff. So that's it. All right, conclusion. Well, not a lot of conclusion. I really enjoy the Mod Duo X. Since I got it, I'm always using it at the end of my chain. It makes my life easier, and that's what I want from a tool. There's different version of it. So this one is the most powerful one. It's kind of the most expensive, of course, but there's also the Mod Dwarf that is smaller, use the same exact GUI and effect. So basically you will have less CPU power, but I feel that there's so much power in these things that I don't really need any more of that. One thing that I would like to see, and I think it's possible, is having more input. I heard and I read in the Mod forum, and I really recommend you to check it out because it's a great community and there's a lot of useful people and posts that really makes using these things fun. I heard that somebody tried to use a USB interface and basically getting more input like a sound card. And so I feel that that could be a possible future development of the thing. And if I will have like a few more in and can have my 4-channel of the Performer 4 voice going into 4 very complex effect chain, that would blow my mind. So that said, big thumbs up. I hope this platform will grow up with more builder and more coders that they will bring their plugin in there. As usual, if you like the video, please share, and I'll see you next week, I guess. Ciao.